Part 1/3. I read my girlfriend's secret messages. Now I wish I hadn't. I never thought I'd be the guy to snoop through someone's phone. You hear about people doing it. In movies, online confessionals, that one messy friend we all have. But not me. I was the guy who believed in boundaries, in trust, in not becoming the walking stereotype of an insecure boyfriend. So when I opened her phone that night, I already hated myself for it. But by the time I closed it, I hated her more. Puzzle piece how it started. Emily and I had been dating for just over 2 years. We met through mutual friends at a New Year's party. She was the sarcastic one with eyeliner that looked like it could kill a man, and I was the guy standing by the snack table trying to look like I wasn't third-wheeling. We clicked fast, laughed over dumb movies, argued over Spotify playlists, built a life that felt real. I moved into her apartment after a year. We got a plant, then a cat, then a shared Netflix account, which in today's world is more binding than a mortgage. So yeah, things felt good. Until they didn't. Triangular flagged the weird shift. It started subtly. Emily got distant. She was still present, still affectionate, in that autopilot sort of way. But her eyes weren't really there. Her laugh didn't land in the same room as me. And her phone? That thing became a body part. She started hiding it when she typed, flipping it face down, getting jumpy when it buzzed. I asked if everything was okay, and she always had an excuse. Just work stuff. My sister's being dramatic again. You know how group chats are. But I didn't know, because I was no longer in hers. Man detective the moment I snapped. It was a Wednesday night. She was in the shower. Her phone was unlocked on the couch, open to Instagram DMs. I don't know what possessed me. Maybe it was all the tiny, quiet red flags building up inside me like water behind a dam. Maybe it was the look she gave her screen earlier, like it was holding a secret only she got to enjoy. I picked it up. I told myself, one quick scroll. Just enough to prove I'm paranoid. Just enough to ease the anxiety. Famous last words. Speech balloon the messages. His name was Jason. I'd heard of him once. A friend from her marketing class. Supposedly gay. Apparently funny. Totally harmless, as she described him. Except Jason's messages were anything but harmless. You thinking about last night too? I still smell you on my fingers. Not gonna lie, kinda hot. Next time wear that blue thing again. You look so hot sneaking around. I kept scrolling. Screenshots. Inside jokes. Photos. None of me. Lots of him. Brain what hit hardest. It wasn't even the sexual stuff that broke me. It was the tone. They weren't just sleeping together. They had a language. A rhythm. A closeness that I hadn't felt from her in months. She laughed in ways I hadn't heard in ages. She wanted him, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. She wanted out. And worst of all, I think I already knew. Fire extinguisher, I didn't confront her. Yet, she came out of the shower like nothing had happened. Towel in her hair, humming some pop song. Kissed me on the cheek. Asked if I wanted to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine again. And I did. We watched 3 episodes. I even made popcorn. Because in that moment, something inside me shut off. I wasn't me anymore. I was something else. I was processing. Packaged the plan. The next day, while she was at work, I started digging deeper. Her iPad was synced to her iMessages. Jackpot. There were more texts. Even worse ones. One that said, I don't think he suspects. He's too sweet. It actually makes me feel kinda guilty. That one hurt the most. Holy emotional sinkhole. I couldn't eat. Couldn't sleep. Just sat there reading messages I wasn't meant to see. part of me wanted to throw everything in her face. The screenshots, the rage, the betrayal. But another part of me wanted to wait. To really know what was going on. To see just how deep this rabbit hole went. Calendar 1 week later. I was a ghost in my own home. She didn't seem to notice. Or maybe she thought I was just in a funk. She kissed me, made coffee, showed me TikToks. Meanwhile, I was quietly saving every message, every picture, every receipt. I even created a burner Reddit account and posted anonymously on relationship subs, asking for advice, just to see if others agreed this was as messed up as I thought it was. The responses were brutal. People told me to leave, to destroy her, to record everything. Some said maybe I deserved it. I wasn't ready to decide. Not yet. Performing arts her birthday. It was coming up. I had already booked a weekend getaway to a cabin in the mountains. A surprise trip. Now, it felt like a sick joke. But I didn't cancel it. I had a different plan. I was going to take her there anyway, and confront her. Face to face. Nowhere to run. No distractions. Just the truth, served raw, in the middle of nowhere. This she pulled a cliffhanger. She doesn't know I know. Not yet. But in 2 days, we'll be driving up to that cabin. And by the time we come back, she'll never be able to lie to me again. Part 2/3, I read my girlfriend's secret messages and took her to the mountains to confront her. If you haven't read Part 1, here's the short version. I found messages between my girlfriend, Emily, and a guy named Jason, not her. Gay friend from marketing class. Like she said, and they were clearly hooking up behind my back. Instead of confronting her immediately, I planned a weekend getaway I had already scheduled for her birthday. Why? Because I wanted answers. Not a fight. Not a dramatic walkout. Answers. This is what happened. Snow-capped mountain, the cabin trip. Friday came, and we packed up the car. Emily was chipper, even playful. I forced a smile and played along. I had rehearsed how I was going to say it. I even wrote notes on my phone with bullet points like a lunatic. Don't raise your voice. Ask questions. Let her talk first. It felt surreal, sitting next to someone who, in her mind, had pulled off the perfect con. 3 hours of driving. Music. Snacks. Dumb card games. And me gripping the steering wheel like it was the last real thing I had. The setup. The cabin was gorgeous. Remote. Rustic. Wi-Fi barely existed. Just trees, a fireplace, and 2 people with secrets. We had wine that night. Cooked together. Laughed like it was 2022 again. But I could barely look at her without feeling sick. She noticed. You okay? Just tired. I wasn't tired. I was done. Bomb the confrontation. The next morning, I told her we needed to talk. She sat on the couch, curled under a blanket. I sat across from her. My hands were shaking. I had the screenshots on my phone, but I didn't even need to show them yet. I know about Jason. She blinked. Twice. Then froze. What? What are you talking about? I saw the messages. The pictures. The stuff you said about me. Don't lie. And in that moment, I swear to God, her entire body changed. Like a mask slipping. She didn't cry. Didn't deny. Didn't even look surprised. How long have you known? Not. That's not true. Not. It's not what it looks like. Just, how long? Performing arts her side of the story. She started talking. Told me it started, accidentally. A drunk party, an inside joke, one kiss that turned into a month of lies. Said Jason. Made her feel seen. That our relationship had gotten routine. That she felt more like a roommate than a partner. I asked her, then why didn't you break up with me? She had no answer. She just sat there, hollowed out. I thought maybe you'd catch me. Maybe you'd finally care again. That one hurt more than the cheating. Because I did care. I cared enough to plan this trip. To trust her. To build a life. She was the one who stopped trying. Packaged the fallout. We stayed one more night. In silence. She slept on the couch. I barely slept at all. The next morning, I told her I was done. I'd get my stuff after she left for work. I didn't want to see her again. She just nodded. Didn't fight it. Didn't cry. That part almost broke me. Motorway back to reality. When we got home, I grabbed my things. Milo the cat came with me. She didn't argue. I moved in with my brother temporarily. Ironically, the same brother who once dated someone who cheated on him. I used to roast him for not seeing the signs. Now I was that guy. But it wasn't over. Because a week later, Jason reached out to me. And what he told me changed everything. Part 3/3, her side dude messaged me. Then everything fell apart. So, Jason messaged me. I was at my brother's place, half living off microwave burritos and bad TV, trying to rebuild some version of a normal life. The betrayal still hit like a sucker punch anytime I let my guard down. Then I got a DM on Instagram. Hey, you don't know me well, but I need to come clean about something. It's Jason. My heart dropped. I didn't even want to open it. But I did. And holy hell, I wasn't ready for what he said. Envelope with arrow the message. Jason explained that he had been hooking up with Emily. That much was true. But what I didn't know. He didn't know she had a boyfriend. He thought she was single. She told him we broke up months ago, that I was her controlling ex who still stalked her socials and wouldn't move on. He showed me screenshots of their convos. Emily. He still texts sometimes. So annoying. Emily. I just don't want him showing up and making drama. He's obsessive. It was me. I was the crazy ex in her story. Jason apologized, sincerely. Told me once he saw photos of us together that clearly weren't old. He pieced it together and confronted her. She blocked him. He said, I didn't want to be part of some lie. I'm sorry, man. And that was the twist. The guy I thought was a homewrecker was also being played. Speech balloon the aftershock. I didn't respond right away. I was furious. Not at Jason. At Emily? At myself? Forever loving someone who could twist reality like that. The lies weren't just betrayal. They were character assassination. I spent hours scrolling through our old photos, rereading old messages, wondering how long she'd been crafting this alternate reality. Was I that blind? Or just too trusting? And yeah, I cried. I'm not ashamed to say it. That night, I sat in my car for over an hour, staring out at the dark street, just feeling everything. I wanted to scream, to call her, to lash out. But I didn't. I waited. Telephone receiver the call. I finally called her. She picked up like nothing was wrong. Hey. Jason messaged me. Silence. He told me everything. That you lied about us. That you said I was some psycho ex who couldn't let go. Still silence. What the hell is wrong with you, Emily? She finally spoke. I didn't know what else to do. That was her defense. Not a denial. Not even an apology. Just, I didn't know what else to do. You ruined everything. I told her. You lied to him. You lied to me. And for what? Some temporary attention? She started to cry, but I didn't stay on the call long enough to listen. Ice cube closure. I told her never to contact me again. Blocked her on everything. Deleted every photo, every message. Gave Milo to my mom temporarily because seeing his furry face reminded me of mornings we'd all cuddle in bed. I started therapy. Got back into running. I changed jobs. I stopped checking her socials. And slowly, painfully, I began to heal. I started journaling. I poured everything I couldn't say aloud onto paper. And when I looked back at it weeks later, I realized how deep I'd been drowning. Eventually, the rage dulled. The grief got quieter. And the best part? Jason and I? We stayed in touch. Turns out, he's not a bad guy. We've actually grabbed a beer once or twice since. We laugh about the absurdity of it now. Two guys played by the same person, now swapping stories like war vets. He even introduced me to his sister. Relax, nothing romantic. But she's hilarious and tough, and absolutely roasted him in front of me the first time we hung out. Felt good to be around honesty again. Victory hand looking forward. A year has passed. I moved cities. Got promoted. I even adopted another dog. Milo has a buddy now, and we hit the trails every weekend. I don't think about Emily every day anymore. But when I do, I don't feel pain. I feel gratitude. She showed me who she really was, and in doing that, helped me rediscover who I wanted to be. Some stories don't end with dramatic revenge. They end with quiet resolve. With growth. With learning to live without the weight someone else put on your shoulders. Prohibited the lesson. Sometimes, you never really know the person lying next to you. But sometimes, the person you thought was your enemy becomes an unexpected friend. Reddit, thanks for letting me vent. If you're reading this and suspect something's off in your relationship, trust your gut. Check the phone. Ask the question. Take the trip. Because no one else is going to save you from a lie that deep. Stay safe out there. Op.